A man was bitten by a dog. Now later it was discovered that the dog, well, unfortunately it had rabies. Now this was back when there was no cure for rabies at all. So his doctor brought him the bad news. He said, everything possible will be done to make you comfortable, but we can't offer any false hope. So my best advice to you is to put your affairs in order as soon as possible. The dying man sank back in shock, but finally he rallied enough to ask for a pen and paper, and he began writing furiously. An hour later, when the doctor returned, he said, well, it's good to see that you've taken my advice. I take it you're working on your will. This is no will, said the man. It's a list of people I plan on biting before I die. Our subject for this week is forgiveness and mercy. How many times must I forgive someone who has hurt me, or abused me, or exploited me? That is Simon Peter's question to Jesus. How many times should I forgive? Would 7 times be enough? Peter thought he was being extremely generous. After all, the rabbis of his day taught that only 3 times were required. They said, forgive 3 times, but not the 4th. That's how they interpreted passages from the Old Testament, like Amos chapter 1. For 3 transgressions of Damascus, and for 4, I will not revoke the punishment. You see, Peter was taking what the rabbis commanded, multiplying it by 2, and adding 1 more for good measure. 7 times, Peter thought, that ought to be plenty good enough for forgiveness. But it was not enough for Jesus. In answer to how many times we should forgive, Jesus said, I tell you, not 7 times, but 70 times 7. In other words, forgiveness is limitless. Now, this is important because some of you are probably thinking, that's a lot, 70 times 7, but at least on the 491st time, I can bop him one real good. We miss the whole point. There is to be no limit to our forgiveness. Forgiveness and mercy is at the heart of Christian faith. We're not to hold grudges, carry resentments, harbor bitterness. I know it's a tough teaching, but it is one of Jesus' most important teachings. It's at the very center of everything we believe about Christ, and well, that's where we're going to explore even more deeply this Sunday. So I hope you'll join us as we explore more deeply what it means to have mercy and forgiveness, and why it is so important for us to practice mercy rather than revenge. See you there.